What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my custom Rhedosaur from Ray Harryhausen. Hopefully I said that name right. I think I did, but hopefully I did. Now this is the beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Hopefully I said that right. Because sometimes I get the names mixed up. But the Rhedosaur is a prehistoric dinosaur that was the antagonist or the main, well, it wasn't the main, well, I guess the main character of the movie. Depends on which way you want to look at it. But this was actually my very first custom that I made. That's why it's kind of bad looking or really not that good. But I think it came out looking good. And hopefully y'all like how he looks too. I know the camera's not picking it up that well for some reason. But yeah, I used prehistoric crocodiles for the body and for the tail. Now the head, I used a raptor's head. The neck was actually in two different pieces. Turn it this way so y'all can see it a little bit better. So you got this curved neck part right here. Then it's another part that's going from right here to connect to this. Then it's this part connecting to the body. Now, I can't really remember what I used right here for those two parts because this figure, like I said, was my very first custom. So it's about 3 years old since I made him, so I can't really remember all the details. I'm sorry about that. But for the paint color, now he is a lot darker than what you're seeing right now from the light, but you can also tell what I use. If you can't tell what I use for the clear coat, well, I guess I just told you the name of it. Sorry, but that's what I used. It was a spray on clear coat that since when I made him, I didn't know nothing about clear coats. I knew about painting a little bit as I was starting to learn. But this eye right here got rubbed off, and the piece right here below the eye, and a spot right over here near the spikes or quills, not quills, but his back spikes was rubbed off too. So when I try to repaint the color, I kind of messed up because I waited so long. And this eye right here, I messed up because I did not have the same tools as I do now. But I think he still came out all right. Now, the glue that I used for this, if you're wondering if this is clay right here, this is not clay. This is actually some type of glue that you would take a UV light and shine at it and it would dry automatically. But the problem was with that, when I put the heads on, that glue is so clear that you can't really see when it's leaking out until it hardens. And when it did, I did not know it until after I was painting, and I was like, oh no! And then it was like too late, as that stuff welds into the figure, giving y'all that little bit of a 360 of the neck. So y'all can see the tail didn't come out that bad. I know it has this burnt spot. I can't remember where that burnt spot came from though. Kind of wish I did because it was like everywhere else on the figure everything's fine, but this spot right here is something that I never realized what was going on because actually like the thing was on top of like a hot wire or something that burnt it. And I mean, when I made him and everything, it didn't have this. So I don't know where this actually came from. But the back plates right here came from a dragon that I had. Nope, I did not mean to drop him. But when I made this figure, I was looking at old pictures and some statues that was made of the Rhedosaurus, sorry, from the Rhedosaurus from the movie, and I kind of liked the look of the with the head turned a certain angle with the curved neck. So I kind of liked how it was. But now onto the main colors. Now the color for the back plates is just regular black. Just like I used apple barrel colors is all I used right here. The body color was a swamp like green. Probably added like some black to it to darken it some more to match like the statues and stuff that I've seen on pictures. Now the underbelly right here is really the easiest thing that I can remember because this was something I used on a lot of figures for their underbellies, and that was caramel. Just like the color that I used to mix with antique white to make my bone color, that's all this is caramel. The eyes were brown, white eyes, and a little bit of a orange, like a yellowish brown for the pupil, for the iris, and then just a black dot for the pupil. But I mean, he comes out in good size, and if you can see that he is a good sized figure. Now to pair it, I got something right here beside me. Now, before I pull what I got right here out, I'm going to give y'all a fun fact for the newer monsters lovers out there, or the newer people to the fans, or people just starting out knowing about monsters and do not know about the Rhedosaur. This monster right here is actually one of the reasons how we got this guy, Godzilla. Now, this is a Showa version of Godzilla, but it's close enough. But he does size good with your minifigures. And this is actually one of the first monsters. Since this was my first monster that I made, this is how I got started making minifigures. But also, I used to use minifigures in board games and different for little pieces. And one day I just was watching the movie and figured I had some animal packs, and one thing led to another, and I started making figures. I kind of wish I would have started making YouTube videos when I started doing this, because then y'all could have seen like how I made this if you wanted one, and you would have seen like all the other monsters that I made over the years. Now, all those monsters that I have made already will get reviews, just like this guy's doing, and some of the others. That looks a lot better, well, somewhat better. Because, like I said, this is my first time doing it. This was a trial run. But I would not do, if I could go back and fix him, I wouldn't. Because I like how he came out. This is the start of a beautiful beginning for me. And if I went back right now and tried fixing it back in 3 years ago, I probably wouldn't be, I don't know where I would be at right now. Or how would have turned out. But I think he came out looking good. And it made it where I wanted to improve myself more better. Each time I made a figure, I got closer and closer to the actual look where they look like actual monsters and from the movies, where you could just take the figure and reach in and pull it off screen and have it in your hand. So this guy helped me out with that. Giving y'all that 360 look again. I guess I've been doing that the whole time while I've been holding them. But yeah, the Rhedosaurus is a good monster that is from the movie The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, from the stop motion person that worked the Rhedosaur and did all of his movements, the great Ray. Oh shoot! Well, I forgot. I always mess up his name for some reason. Ray Harryhausen. There we go. Always mess his name up. I don't know why his name is so hard for me to get. I get it sometimes, and then when somebody asks me about it or start talking about it, I forget. So hopefully y'all can forgive me on that. Yeah, hopefully y'all like how he looks too. Now, since this was my first custom, there are a lot of mistakes that y'all could probably point out, like the glue right here with the UV light to dry, the clear coat. Grant, I did not know nothing about Mac varnish or really anything else. I bought a couple figure packs. One thing led to another, and boom, I had a Rhedosaur. Hopefully, I said that right. But yeah, over the time where I wish when I did him, I would have just gotten a clear coat and clear sprayed the stuff on him, because then I wouldn't have this messed up eye and this little eyesore right here, that light green showing through it. So I tried to remember what I did. So I waited for like a year and a half before I decided to fix the eye and that little spot right there and over here. And I kind of wish I would have just went on and did it or wrote down some of the colors. But yeah, He works great with your minifigures if you want to try doing him. But as far as I know, I can't really find the pack that I got in these parts from that well anymore. You probably find them online, but I really don't know. But hopefully y'all like how he looks. I wish I could have made videos when I did make him. I just had a lot of people telling me that it wasn't time. Well, one person told me it's not time for me to make videos yet. I should wait until I had a couple more monsters to showcase. And then I had one person told me that it was not worth my time to do, and it kind of messed me up because I thought that I was doing pretty good for y'all to see, and they kept telling me it ain't worth it, don't do it. I think that they were just saying that just to lower my self esteem probably. I really don't know, but I'm glad that I did decide to make figures and make start my YouTube channel, as I love all of y'all that are subscribing and watching. Even if you are not subscribed but you're watching, I still love y'all for coming and checking out the channel. But yeah, like I said before, hopefully y'all like how he turned out. Now one thing I did leave up was his arm. If you notice on him, this arm's up, right? Everything else is down. And I could have moved the arm so it would have been down too. But I liked how it reminded me of like when the Rhedosaur was like on the crushing cars and walking around and had his head like tilted sideways sometimes when he was walking. And that's why I left it up. I figured I could make like a little car to go under there, or put a rock or something under him to make it where it's more like he's walking around and in the moment, or just have it like if y'all have seen one of my first videos that I put out where it's the collection of my minifigure collection, where the monsters were actually stop motion walking around. I like this guy because I could do that and have it where it looked like he was actually walking though, because that hand was up, so it was like could tilt it like this and made it actually walk. But but yeah, you'd see him do his little spin around, had his name above him, and then he just roared and just walked off like you'd have the catwalk. That's what I was mostly doing back in that video, was doing like a catwalk for all the customs. But I know this video is getting long. I did not mean for it to be this long, so I'm going to go on and cut the video here. Hopefully, y'all liked the video and liked the job that the good. Well, I guess I did a good job on him. I'll let y'all decide that. But yeah, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see everybody next time.